Yes, welcome back to our interview segment. As always, in our interview, we sit down with different people, and today we are joined by the Nigerian fashion designer all the way from Nigeria, and he's now in Rwanda. We're going to getting to know more about his brand and him personally. He started off as a fashion stylist, now he has a whole brand. So we're going to be knowing more about him and the brand and everything fashion. So stay with us and don't go anywhere. And my name is Christian Zwamp, as always. Yes, welcome back to our interview segment.
Thank you.
So we would love to know more about you. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Who are you personally, for viewers who, because probably this is the first time we have you here on Rwanda Television. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Who are you?
All right.
For people who are seeing you.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. My name is Ihaza. I'm from Nigeria. I'm a celebrity stylist and a fashion designer, a costume designer too. I would say I started off as a stylist in the year 2019, but before all those periods, you have passion and you're busy doing one or two things that was part of fashion. Yeah, so in the university I was involved in lots of fashion shows. I judged the pageantry for like 3 years consecutively. I won a couple of awards, best dressed. I was involved with socials. At the same time, I was into fashion business, selling outfits and everything here. So 2019, when it happened, I wasn't surprised because it's actually been part. So and the first project I started off with was Smart Money Woman. I actually came in as an intern because I never knew what TV production was in terms of costume and everything. I got in there and I'm like, where do you want to, what department do you want to, as an intern, you're fresh and you're like, what department do you want to work in? And I'm like, fashion. But then the right term should be wardrobe, is a wardrobe. And I was supposed to be a fashion assistant there, you understand? And luckily for me, the stylist on set was, I think 2 days or 3 days before the project started, he signed over like I was not doing it again. So I was directly working with a costume designer from Canada. So apparently I was working like 24 hours of the 24 hours in a day because the time difference, Canada and Nigeria, I had to go to designers, dress the actors. It was crazy, and it was my first time. It was really crazy. It was really crazy, but I appreciated that fact because it made me who I am. Yeah, I've worked on big shows, big events, big movies. And I did a gig recently that I had to travel to different West African countries. I was in Togo, Ghana. We shot in Nigeria. We shot in Cote d'Ivoire. Yes. It was a sweet experience, but traveling by road is actually really crazy. So so this is all about me. I'm just Eric. I love Rwanda. I was here in general. Like, I really want to come back. I want to. I love the people. I love the calmness, the serenity, the peace of mind. As a creative, where everything is working in Nigeria, everything is so fast, especially in Lagos. Everything's going so fast. You need like a space to like actually rest. So that's why I came in general, and I'm back here, to just, let me just rest, and I'm here with Chris.
I want to know, thank you for that. I want to know, why did you choose fashion designing as a career? Because you told us you started off as a fashion stylist, you're a celebrity stylist, a well-known celebrity stylist, and it was actually an honor for me to be sitting down with you. But I want to know, why exactly fashion designing as a career? Is it something that you loved, and were you passionate about it? Because most of the people, when they start off as fashion designers, they went through their stylist phase or maybe their modeling phase. Tell me a little bit about that, how your background and how did you find yourself in fashion?
Okay, I've always had passion, flair for fashion. Like I said earlier, in university, I was just involved in fashion socials in school because I actually love this thing I do. I appreciate the fact my dad gave us education. Yeah, I went to one of the best schools in my area, secondary primary school, then university, by the way, I studied agri-economics. And farm management. But fashion is a thing, and as a kid, I would sew my clothing, and my dad comes into the room and like, don't worry, clothes won't be your problem very soon. So in my head, because I have lots of aunties and uncles in diaspora. As a child, you're like, my uncle's going to send me clothes, my aunt is going to send me clothes. And I never knew it was coming to fashion. So it's just something. I like people looking good and classy. You don't need to break a bank to actually look good, to be your best. So the brand Ricky X so far is it's not for everybody, but for people with class. And when I mean class, you don't need to break a bank to look good. You don't need to break a bank. You could just add 1, 2, 3, like at least an average income earner should be able to can actually get this, because I started up, like I said, stitching my clothes because I didn't have clothes. So I want to actually give people clothing. Like you can actually look with this particular cash, you can actually look very good. So you don't need to go for too much of a luxury brand. You don't need to break the bank, like I'm always saying. But with the brand, it's because I put people in consideration when doing my brand and my thing. And looking at my stuff, you see, you're just simple, cute, cool, classy, you know, but you don't need to break a bank. Yeah, so fashion has been designing something I just love.
I think you just mentioned it with Ricky X Toffa. With the name, when I hear the name is somehow like, you know, different. I want to know, where does the name come from? Because you just told me the way you started off with what you love and everything, from the university creating, loving fashion. But what about the name, like Ricky X Toffa with the name called Eric? So how did the idea of even thinking about that kind of name?
Okay, the name Ricky X Toffa, yeah. I love my dad. My dad is an essential part of me because I saw him struggle to actually take care of us and, you know, giving us the best. Yeah, so the name Ricky X Toffa, you know, my name is Eric, Ricky, and my dad's name is Christopher X Toffa. So the combination, it's just Ricky X Toffa. So simple. Some people have issues pronouncing, but it's as simple as just Ricky from Eric and Christopher X Toffa. Ricky X Toffa. Thank you.
From what I've seen on your social media accounts, because you are more into, you do women, but from what I've seen, I think your latest collection was more inspired by men. But I want to know, what is your inspiration on a daily basis while you're creating stuff? Where do you get the inspiration? You know, who inspires you while creating, doing like the Ricky X Toffa? Like, tell me a little bit about your inspirations. How do you design? How do you define your collections on a daily basis?
I've always loved fashion and people looking good. So most times my inspiration comes from God. It comes from God because, yeah, it's my source. Yeah, not undisputed, it's my source. And one thing again, going through magazines, I get styles, and you know, as a costume designer, it's easy. You can actually, I can actually just, there's a sleeve, I'm taking off the sleeve, I'm making a 3/4, blah, blah, blah. So I literally sit with my tailors. Yeah, like recently, after the last collection I did recently, I saw my tailors, I know what, no, let's make this. And I don't just sit and create. You know, as a costume designer, I get fabrics. I know this fabric. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's add this. Let's add this. So basically, it's God me looking at fashion content, the trends happening, and you know what. So and sitting with my tailors because I love to sit down with them and like, I want this. I don't want this. I want this. I don't want this. And things that would actually sell, because once you're talking about fashion, when you're talking about fashion business, is something that actually like can actually sell. Yeah, so there's no point doing it without sales.
Yes. This is definitely from God, the inspiration. But what makes Ricky X Toffa different from any other brand? What do you think is the uniqueness that you have? Why? We're talking about the designs. We're talking about the way even you approach the fashion industry. What makes you different?
Ricky X Toffa is different. Yeah, so one thing I always want to do is, one thing I've always done is me standing out. I don't have a competitor. I'm my own competition here. And I have passion for people. I have passion for fashion. So that's one of the reasons I'm actually different. And to sum everything up is the fact that, like I said, starting up, like as a child, I was stitched because I didn't have enough clothing. So it's me giving these people clothing, giving them luxury at affordable prices that you get. So yeah, that's what it stands for now.
You have dressed tons of celebrities through your careers. So many, just as a fashion stylist, but also as your brand. But I want to know, what is the most something that you have done through your career that you're most proud of? You look at it like, okay, this was my my point of success. Of this is where I made it, or this is where people really like recognized me.
Yeah.
Because you have worked with celebrities I just talked about. You have like such a huge impact now from 2019 to now. Tell us a little, your most proud moment.
Oh, most proud moment. As a creative, as a scene creative, every moment you should be proud because it's actually, it's stressful. It's stressful, like the whole back and forth, production and everything. Every moment is actually gold for me. It's actually gold. Even during the pain, during the gain is gold for me. But I'll always want to go back to my roots. Saying 2019 when I did Smart Money, it was actually my first gig as a fashion stylist. But not as a fashion assistant, like just costume assistant. But I rose up to be like the fashion assist, styling and everything on set 2019. So when we shot season 2, I actually acted on the film Smart Money season 2. I was the wardrobe coordinator. I was stylist on set. Like I had other teams. You understand? So that's one thing I'm always grateful to God because I just came in and you know what, I never had experience, and they were like, Eric, you did amazingly. The executive producer were like, Eric, you did amazingly well, and I'm like, yeah. So I would really appreciate that and every other thing that came by because so every moment, every pain and every gain is like gold for me. Yeah.
Because you're from Nigeria and you're in Rwanda, you have experienced a lot. You have seen some fashion brands in Rwanda. I think you have visited some.
Yeah.
I want to know, what do you think about our fashion industry? The whole African fashion industry. Because you have traveled, you have been to Ghana, you have been to Togo, as you told me. What do you think about our industry in terms of like the growth and the fashion shows that we're having, the way the brands are succeeding and making it to the international scene? What do you think about the industry of ours?
So for Rwandan fashion, I would like to start off with African. We're actually blessed. Yeah, we're blessed. You're in this country in Africa, you see African print and you're falling in love. You're in this country in Africa and you're falling in love. Like I was in Rwanda in January and I'm like, oops, this fashion like is actually great. You see, like I literally told my friend that I want to go for a local event. I want to dress. I want to tie. There's this I don't know the name is called that you tie the wrap with Shanana. Like I really want to, and I want to shoot. I want to do like I really like it's rich. Africa, Rwanda, like the fashion is rich. Come to the accessories, the texture of the fabrics, like the way it sits on skin, like it's actually really, really fresh. So that's why I, like in the 3rd week of January, I'm not going to say, should I say in camera?
Yeah,
camera? Okay, so 3rd week in January, bringing creatives in Nigeria, and we'll collaborate with creatives here in Rwanda. Hopefully, I know you're going to like help us.
I have to fly there.
Yeah, no, we're doing it in Rwanda.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, we're doing it in Rwanda. So we're in planning process, trying to make sure we get everything in place, and yeah. So we just want to have fun. We want to sell African fashion to the world, not just Nigeria, not just Rwanda. We're looking at other Eastern African countries, and come around and let's just have fun. Let's create content. Let's actually make rich, good content because Africans, like I said, we are blessed and we need to show the world that we are blessed. So it's pop and walk. The idea about the show is a pop and walk. You have like models and you just do our thing and
yeah, that's amazing. That's really amazing. We can't wait to see that and witness that. Thank you all for also thinking about Rwanda. So as a conclusion, I would love to know, with the competition of our industry, of course we're celebrating some designers are making it to the international thing, but what do you think are the challenges that you guys as fashion designers are meeting, and how are you trying to overcome them as Ricky Xtofa on your behalf? Because there's so many challenges that you are meeting as African designers, but how are you tackling them on your side?
Power issues like the lightning, you have lights and everything, and you have the government policies and everything. But you know what? There's this dogginess in Nigerians. I have the dogginess, and you know what? There are just lots of there's the government policy, there's the lights, there's the taxis and everything. And you know what? This is passion. There's nothing that beats passion. Just keep going. We just keep going because we learn every day. So basically, it's a passion that just keep pushing us. It's not just what we see, but there are lots of external forces, trying to like, no, but just keep moving.
As a fashionista, we want to get some tips from you and some great things for our viewers that are watching. I want to know, for a man, because you are specialized in men's wear, I want to know, like, what are the 3 tips, that every man that is watching us now that can really, if you are changing your wardrobe, if you are updating your wardrobe, 3 things that they shouldn't really miss in their wardrobe, 3 things that they should have. It's a must, like a must to have in the fashion industry, in your closet, and to look more good and be more fashionable. What are those 3 things? And also you can go into what are the trends that you are loving these days? The fashion trends that you're loving these days that you wish everybody could get on them.
All right, so basics. These are just simple basics that you should have in your wardrobe. A white shirt, like a white shirt is important. Then you need a pair of like black jeans and sneakers. Yeah, because with that you can actually, with a white shirt, you can actually pair with the shorts, like one of Rwandan prints shorts or like a pants, then nice sneakers. You get. Then with your black jeans, you can actually wear a normal round shirt, polo collar shirt, or polo tees, any African print, anything like on top. Then your white sneakers is all like.
What about the trends that you're loving these days? I mean, the men's trend, because we're talking about the men's fashion wear. What about the trends that you're literally loving these days? If because I want even our viewers to get on it if they are going to buy. Because you talked about things that they should have. White t-shirt, white shirt, also black jeans and sneakers. But tell me some trends that they should start, other than those ones, but some trends that they should get on.
So I'm not supposed to say, but I have like a book, fashion book that tips, and I have there's this part of it that has trends on trends, and so there's something about fashion. Fashion is it evolves. So there's nothing like this really trending, this really trending, and anything more. And what actually affects trends? Talked about the celebrities. They could go as far as back as 1970, bring out. Yes, definitely. So as a fashion stylist that I've been for years, and I'm still, I would not want to limit you to trends. You just have your own particular style. Okay, this is what fits me. I can do this. You don't need to, okay, because Beyonce is wearing the whole glitter, the blah blah blah. You might wear and you might miss it. So that's why you see a lot of people have issues with designers, even top designers. This is what I ordered, and this is what I got. It's not fitting. Let's tell ourselves the truth. You don't have the same body mass with Beyonce, Lady Gaga, and co, and everything. Just be unique in your own way. Sell yourself. Be the trend. Set the trend for people to copy. So don't kill yourself. Fashion is not a do or die business. You can simply be on the basic, the white shirt, the jeans, and your sneakers, and you actually look great. You can just accessorize.
Yeah, with a
ring.
Yes.
And you stand out.
Yes. And that's really amazing. Thank you very much for joining us and accepting my invitation.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.